Good evening, everyone. Hello, good evening.
Good
Hello,
evening,
sir.
sir.
How are you doing today?
Not so well.
What happened to you?
No, no, nothing physically not wrong with me.
Oh, okay. All right. Got you. Just a little brain drain and kind of.
Me rethink stuff.
All right. Good. Mm, 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 mm. All right. How much are you guys doing any work? How the studying going? Silence.
To tell you the truth,
Mm,
I always have a problem with maths. I'm always leave it for the last thing for them. So I'm not sure why me even take it up so fast. I think my mind dropped the course.
yeah, but we have to do what we need to do. And what we
Yeah,
need to do.
I
Yeah.
know I have to do it, but I realize I'm stronger when I do it by itself. Because this is really taxing for me. And when I stress everything here, all of the other question will suffer. Because like
Mhm.
I feel I'm up to the task. So today might be the last class.
Well, today might be the last class of the month. That's what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. That don't sound too promising. But don't you have to go face the maths at some point in time?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is my better at it when it's it alone I have to focus on. Whereas the same problem with the running with the other previous maths classes. When I
Mm.
focus too much on other things, the maths take a big hit and we usually can't recover them. So we usually save it for last. It better for me that way.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to tell you to. I would say to you to stay, but I don't want to tell you to stay and then it don't work out and then I get blamed for it. So do what you believe is right, and 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 let me know.
Yes.
So, is there anybody else that is finding it a little sticky and want to talk to me about it? No, yeah. I would say to you, with a calling that you have an opportunity to do both math courses in this semester. So just do the two math courses in one shot and just get it out of the way and done with. So I would say it may be easier for you to drop something else. And since this math is doing something uniquely for the first time, I think you should just put um, everything you can into the math now.
I was thinking about that, but I have a problem. I already paid for the other subjects and then their school don't do refunds. I haven't paid for this one yet.
Yeah. It's not necessarily a free form, but anyhow. All right, talk to Mrs. Campbell about it. And then and also pray about it. It's in order for you to complete the bachelor's, you still have to do calculus 1, calculus 2. So
But I told myself I would do the slow and steady approach.
you're gonna be what?
I told myself I would do the slow and steady approach.
Okay. Got you. All right then. So now where were we the last time? What were we doing? Talk to me now.
Well, we were moving to unit 2.
We are supposed to be moving to unit 2, right? Um, right, let me just give you some questions to just sort of wrap up. Mm, right. I'm trying to project some questions for you just to see how much you would have grasped from the unit 1. Bear with me, I'm just trying to maybe 4 questions. No. Let me give you 5 questions. It's just a class activity. And as I said before, it's to see how much you would have learned. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you? Hello?
Yes, sir, we can see.
All right, good, thanks. All right, start for me, please. I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. See how far you can reach in those 10 minutes. Colin, still try and put out as best as you can. Have you guys been looking at the recordings? Um, how is it going to, guys? Are you working? Are you okay?
Yes, sir, I'm working.
Right. Thanks, Mari.
Sir,
Yeah.
now I go tell a lie. When I did teach the limit for the infinity, me never really we did that class, but me did that work. So me I wait upon you with them three. Well, four of them. Me I wait upon you, me now hold up the class. So when you start, we'll catch on, yeah?
All right, then, Papa. Have you been, that was Adrian a while ago, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you been watching the recordings?
Don't get to start as yet, sir.
No, my,
Weekends. Normally I just use the weekends and do a recap of everything.
no, my weekend, I go too far, man. See if you can go and play and pause and play and pause and play and pause. But now, tell you,
If you
if
know-
you must watch the whole 2 hours of it. Press
Yeah.
play and pause it and press play and pause it, man, and try to catch up because you may have too much to do for the weekend because remember 3 times for the week we meet, you know.
Yes, I double work. But sir,
Mm.
question, how more than know, alright, me see where you put them up, you know, cause me dey press for some of them too. But how me I
Mm.
gonna know which first class? Me have to use the date when we start. Or any one of them can watch.
Watch any one of them. You'll see yours as semester 2, 2020, whatever it is, 2024. So
Oh,
I label them as at the top. So the ones that say semester 1 will be last semester. The one that says semester 2 is this semester. So just
yes,
watch
yes.
them, man.
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Tonight.
Yeah, man. I wouldn't suggest that to do everything on the weekend. You're gonna get burned out and you're gonna miss something, and you're gonna get lost and get frustrated. Start do it. You have a group, work with the group, drop things in other groups so that those who may understand. This is how we have to conquer this, you know. We have to collaborate. We can't do it on our own. So if we're gonna learn to talk in other group and ask questions and say, anybody know to explain this and run it. That's how we have to go do it. How far we reach now? Anybody finished the first one?
Yes, sir.
Good. If you did number 5? How far we reach Simon?
Sir, I'm at number 3.
All right, continue working. I don't want to use a whole 2 hours to just do this here. I need to go through the question and at least start the unit 2. So quick and fast, please. The rest of you, you know, this person. Shamari Hoisty.
I'm on a third question.
All right, cool. Nice. Astanil Hoisty.
I'm just starting, sir.
All right, good job. I don't want to do the questions, so I'm going to give it a time. So at least I know I would have fully wrapped up the unit 1. Unit 2 shouldn't be hopefully that long, but I kind of getting a little anxious. January soon finish. Still now, how we still now?
Sir, still working on number 5.
Okay, all right. Sounds like you're moving because the last time you're at 3, so that's good news. How we stay now?
So I'm stuck on the after finding the factors of number 5.
Mm-hmm. Try factorizing the denominator as well. So factorize both the denominator and the numerator.
All right, sir.
Mm-hmm. Where you stay now?
Yes, sir, got it.
We got it?
Yes, sir. Or I
So
think I got it.
tell me that, man, because I'm waiting on you now. All right. Shamari Hoisty.
Number three, give me a challenge, but everything else finish.
All right, no problem. Let us go. This will never give you work to do. I'm giving you enough time to complete the work so that I don't give you the work and then end up doing it. So as soon as you finish, don't wait on me because I'm only giving you time. Say to me, sir, I'm finished. All right. What did you get, Shamari, for number one?
I got two.
Simon, is he correct?
Yes, sir.
Were you able to do the question asked you?
Yes, sir. I got two, but I stopped there. I didn't go any further.
All right. Are you all seeing my screen?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Totally agree?
Agreed.
Adrian. Adrian.
Today, yes, sir.
You man, answer me then, man, Baba. You see number, you got number one? Or you never did it? Yes, love. Yes, love. All right. So he's not with us. Yes, so I'm very happy for number one. I'm very happy. Don't make sense I go through. I'm calling Heslop not answering me. So I'm moving along. Number two. What you got for the answer for number two?
Sir, I got 403.
Tamari, what you get?
I got the same thing, sir.
All right, then Asini said that she never did it. Congratulations, 4/3 is correct. Can you look at what I have there? I'm just reducing it. Heslop, please to respond to me. You see, you don't understand this. Talk to me.
Sir, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Dear
All right.
name.
All right then. Shamari or Simon, both of you got it. One of you want to? Yes, Heslop.
Number one was 0, right?
No, two.
Oh, number one or two. Go back up, look.
That's why I was
Wait,
calling
wait.
you and giving a name.
No, sir, something about the work. Them just tell me. All right, sir. My screenshot it. Go on, may I make the corrections? Run back through it.
All right. So just listen to what is happening now. Simon or Shamari, whichever one of you want to just go through and explain number two on the screen. Explaining it will also help you to concretize your understanding. But I also want to give Adrian an opportunity to understand what is happening here. So one of the two of you, whichever you can decide who is going to do it, please and thanks. Don't all rush me now.
So an easy way to do it would have been to look for the highest, the coefficient, look for the x term with the highest, that is raised to the highest power, and look if they're both in the, if it's both in the numerator and in the denominator. And if you find them both in the numerator and denominator, you just take the coefficient of those and that's your answer. So the 4 in the numerator and the 3 in the denominator, that would give you your answer. But in order to work it out now, what you would do is you would still find the x term with the height that's raised to the highest power, and that is x squared. And since that is the x term with the highest power, you're gonna divide through each term in that expression by x squared. And so that's what you did in step 2. So the x squared will cancel the x squared in 4x squared over x squared. As you can see there, sir divided each term in the numerator by x squared. And he did the same thing for the numbers, the expressions in the denominator. And after doing that, he came out with 4 plus 1 over x plus 1 over x squared all over 3 plus 2 over x plus 1 over x squared. And so then all of the expressions, all of the terms with x will go to 0. So that's why you have the fourth step as x tends to infinity, 1 over x squared, 2 over x, and 1 over x squared will go to 0. So what we do then, we can substitute 0 for each of these terms wherever we see them. And so that's why sir has the limit as x tends to infinity of 4 plus 0 plus 0 all over 3 plus 0 plus 0. And that works out to be 4 over 3. So in summary, you find the x term with the highest, that's raised to the highest power. And then you're going to divide through by that x term, divide through each term in your expression. And then you're gonna, all of the x terms that's left will go to 0. And then you're gonna substitute 0 for each of those x terms wherever you see them.
Thanks, Shamari. Adrian, anything that he said made sense?
Sir, me dey a try follow still, but me not really fully 100 understand it.
Okay, tell me what it is that you got from
All
what he
right.
said.
So what Shamari was saying is that as x tends to infinity, I think all the ones, everything
No, don't start yourself. Start from the top.
stuff from the top. All right. So my last.
No, because you know what is it? You know why you're lost. You're at class. You're in class, but you're not at class because you're being distracted. I understand. So the work sometimes come first because they pay the bills. But
No,
you
sir, me not there work, you know. And that's why me not there work. Me I get some calls. Me
yeah,
not
but
there work.
you have to go see if you can mute the calls them even for another hour or even half an hour. So you can
Yes.
focus on this because after this, we now come back to this, you know.
Yeah, man, me understand, man.
And then now the mid semester, I go based on this. And when we get a good mid semester grade, we kind of easy because at least you know, say, if I fall on the exam, we can have
Use
something
the
to
mid
push on.
semester.
Yeah. But you know, I forgot make sure so you follow what I go on.
Yes, sir.
All right, let me thanks, Shamari. You did very well, Papa. Proud of you. Let me give an attempt. I want you undivided. Islam, no phone, undivided.
No,
let's
sir,
go.
I'm not on the phone. I'm actually writing down the steps.
Yeah, all right. So this is what is happening. So the question says the limit as x tends to infinity of 4x squared plus x plus 1 over 3x squared plus 2x plus 1. Looking at the question contains all positive terms. So it means that it's indeterminate. Once it's indeterminate, this positive infinity over positive infinity, we are going to look for the variable with the highest exponent. We're looking for the variable with the highest exponent. So the variable with the highest exponent is going to be x squared. The variable with the highest exponent is going to be x squared. And it so happens that x squared appears in both numerator and denominator. What Shamari was saying is that one quick way of looking at it, you can't just use that and just write down the answer and say 4/3, because it's just 1 mark you can give for the answer, and there are about 5 marks in there. So I'm not going to give 5 marks for the answer, but give marks according to the steps. So Shamari, please, even though you can see it and know the answer from the start, don't just write the answer, because if you do, you may come out and say, yes, sir, we get a bills. And you may find out that you failed the test because you only wrote the answers. So we mark for the methodology. So in the back of your head, you know exactly what it is that you're working towards, but you must show you're working out. So what I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be dividing throughout the rational function by this variable with the highest exponent. Remember, the variable with the highest exponent is x squared. So each term in the numerator, as well as the denominator, will be divided by this x squared. So that's why I have 4x squared over x squared plus x over x squared plus 1 over x squared all over 3x squared over x squared plus 2x over x squared plus 1 over x squared. Please do not make the mistake of thinking that the 1 over x squared in the numerator and the 1 over x squared in the denominator can cancel out. No. You can only cancel beside a multiplication sign. You can't cancel beside a plus sign or a minus sign. So that can be canceled out. So don't make the mistake of trying to cancel it out. All right? Then you're going to reduce your fraction. The x squared will cancel into the x squared and just be the 4, which is what I have here. The x into x squared will cancel and give me 1 over x, which is what I have here. There's nothing to cancel with the 1 over x squared, so I write it back. 3x squared over x squared is simply 3. 2x over x squared is going to be 2 over x. Can't reduce 1 over x squared anymore, so I'm just going to write it back. And then we know, because we've done the exercise in class before, that as x tends to infinity, all those terms with the constant in the numerator and the variable in the denominator will go to 0. So as x tends to infinity, all of that tends to 0. So therefore, I'm going to substitute. I'm going to go back to my limit. You recognize also that every time I'm writing the word limit, every single time I have to write a word limit. Some students decide, say, them not going to write the word limit and they must go work the question like that. No, you're going to be in problems because I'm going to penalize you. Because you have not yet started calculating the limit of the function. What it is that you've done is just to reduce the function. So you have to put back the word limit because you have not yet done the limit. All right? And then when you substitute now, you're going to be 4 plus 0 over 3 plus 0 plus 0. And then you're left with 4 over 3. How you feel now, Heslop?
Yes, sir. Kind of understand.
You think you get it now?
Yes, sir. But may I write it out. Even though I screenshot it, you can continue.
All right, cool.
Kind of get it cancel out and then
And then what?
come on, sir. Continue.
All right. You said number 3, Shamari, was giving the problems?
Yes, sir, but meanwhile, we were doing some other stuff. I think I did it over. Is the answer 1?
I don't know yet. Well, yes, the answer is 1. I just did it a while ago. Yeah, I didn't even recognize what the question was asking. Prof. Baf. I'm trying to remember his name. Simon, wait good for the answer.
Yes, sir, is 1.
Good job. Aston, can you feel it strong enough to talk, or am I to leave you alone?
Yes, sir, leave me alone.
No, me know that you ever say. That's why I ask you the question. I'm not leave you alone. Hush. Waiting for number 3, Aston.
I gave it the same approach as number 1.
Sorry, you give it the same one?
Gave it the same approach as number 1.
The
Similar approach.
number 1 or number 2? Number one, say number 1. Number 1 was no, it would be number 2. Because this one here, find the limit of the function as x approaches infinity. So remember, we are looking for the variable with the highest exponent, the highest power, or the highest index. All of them mean the same thing. Looking for the variable with the highest power, exponent, or index, and you're going to divide each term by those. All right, so it is also indeterminate. It is also indeterminate. All right, so let me see how I did that one. See, same thing. Just look for the thing. Adrian, I want you to look at this one. Just look for the stuff. Once it is that it's going to infinity, start thinking about looking for the variable with the highest exponent. Once it's going to infinity, start looking for the variable with the highest exponent. And you work, you divide through by the highest power, the variable with the highest coefficient, the highest power, sorry. And then you can have x squared over x squared minus 1 over x squared. The x squared divided by x squared in both numerator and denominator will give you 1 each. And then as x tends to infinity, the fractional terms will go to 0. So you have 1 minus 0 over 1 plus 0, and the answer is 1. All right. I will start with you first, Shamari. No. Simon, I want you to tell me the difficulty that you first had with this question. Because you did say that you're trying to figure out something here. What was the difficulty you first had with this question?
Number 3, sir, or number 5?
Number 3.
First, I was doing it as Asani said earlier about with the factorizing, but then I realized it's tending to infinity, so I
Very
changed it.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Slow and steady does it. I don't want anybody to get, I mean, I don't want to say I don't know what else to do. But one word of encouragement is, if you follow my lead, guys, there is no way you can fail the course. I am coming to the class. I'm teaching you. Just follow my lead. Follow my lead. You must pass the course. Come to class, pay attention, do what is asked of you. You have to pass. So just slow and steady. Yes, Papa.
And I cut you. Quick
All right.
question. You know, Edicosa for the practices. These are on it, right?
Yes, man.
Alright, no problem. So if me not catch it, yes, which me kinda catch it still. Me can just practice by Edicosa.
Yes, man. But what I want you to do is I don't want anybody to, and this is why it's very important that when you come to class, you just focus in class because I will do the question. I think I'm patient enough to go through and put the work in. So it's very important that you get the stuff done up. Very, very important. And you see, it's out of discernment, because I could have moved on into unit 2, but I sensed that something wasn't right. I sensed that something wasn't right. Students, please, it's going to be a rough semester. It's not impossible, what it is that we're doing. It's very possible, but you have to put in the work. All right, let's go. All right. Number 4. What's the answer for 4A? Look at it and tell me what's the answer for 4A. Anybody, somebody? By inspection, look at it and tell me what's the answer for 4A. I think I'm trying to reconnect. I don't think I'm in the class. My internet is unstable.
Here it is, right? Is it 5?
How you got that?
I'm looking for the coefficient of the coefficient of the x term with the highest power.
Which is?
X to the which is the x terms. The x
X
term
to
that
the,
you see there.
no, hold on. X to the what?
X to the 1.
Very good, sir. Very good. And then?
And then, so we have it in both the numerator and the denominator. So that would be 5/1 since the denominator's x term doesn't have a coefficient. We just assume it to be 1.
Very nice. I tell you, come to class, follow the stuff. You will see that it is the same thing we're doing. All I'm doing is just finding variations to what it is that we are doing in class. It's the same thing. There is nothing different than what we've been doing. Nothing different. Very nice. Shaman, how did you stay?
Oh, yes,
You got
sir.
that? You got it?
Yes, sir.
Asanil is still looking at the screen.
Yes, sir. So my problem is when I see them and by inspection, I try by inspection, right? But then always figure out what to do. But then in listening to you just now, you gave me the answer in figuring out what to do. When you said when the x tends to infinity, we find the largest exponent. So when Shamar was just explaining, I was saying, yeah, x to the 1. So I'm following.
Good job. All right. I'm happy. I'm happy that you are getting it. Let's love. Where you stay?
Sir, me they I write it out to and see what.
All right. At any point in time, you're not seeing something, just press pause and just ask me the question. All right? Please.
So once the coefficient is higher, something like that.
Yeah. So what you're looking for is the variable with the highest power, not the coefficient. The power. Coefficient is a number in front of. Power is a number that is written atop the stuff. So what it is that you're looking for is a variable with the highest exponent or the highest power or the highest index. So number 4A was tempted to be a trick question, but the guys figured it out and said, boy, it's tending to infinity. Normally when the question tends to infinity, what Sir do is divide through by the highest, the variable with the highest exponent. And he said, but hold on, 5x is the same thing as 5x to the first. And the x in the denominator is really x to the first. So technically, that's the highest power. So here we go. We divide the 5x by x, and the 2 by x, and the x by x, and then 1 by x. And when we do that, we are going to reduce it. We are going to end up with two fractional forms, 2 over x and 1 over x. As x tends to infinity, those go to 0. So I'm just going to go ahead and just substitute as 5 plus 0 and 1 minus 0, and 1 minus 0. And that would give me my 5. So it's the same thing we're doing over and over and over and over and over again. All right? It's the same thing. All right. Let us move to the last part of the question. So I'm now asking to do the same question, but to find the limit of the function as x approaches 1. What did you get for that answer?
Sir, it's undefined.
It's undefined. Why?
Sir, because it was 7 over 0 equal undefined.
Good job, son. That's all. And Simon,
Sir,
if you continue in this vein, I'll definitely see you in calculus 2. Remember our talk?
yes, sir.
All right. You see it's working?
Yes, sir.
All right. Keep up the good work, Papa. I'm proud of you. Just continue doing what it is that you're doing. Shamar, you got the undefined?
Yes, sir.
All right. Asaniel, you agree with the undefined part there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Eslop. Hey, the money can disappear, you man.
No, sir, no, sir. But if on two screen, me I watch a YouTube video while me I do this. So
No,
sometimes
man.
it pause the video, so me have to bring it over. Me I watch a video and I do it, man.
All right. So that's what it is. And oh, there's another one. All right. Ay, ay, ay. So I think, oh, Lord, I think Simon say him think that him get it. Shamari, where is about question 5, Shamari? You got question 5?
Yes, sir.
What you get?
Let me get 5.
Okay, Simon, what you get?
But 5 as well, sir.
Wait. Me get 10. Look at it, the pair of you, and see if you agree. And interestingly, I want to see where, I want Simon you to tell me where you went wrong, and Shamaria also want you to tell me where you went wrong.
Sir, in your last expression, you got an extra -5.
I got an extra -5.
Yes, sir. You have -3 minus -5. I get -5.
So you're saying that I am wrong, or you're saying that that's what you did? What are you saying?
Also, just seeing what you have versus mine. I don't have it in
Oh,
my
you
last
don't
one.
have, oh, you don't have this -5 right here?
Yes, sir, I have that one, but the one below it, I don't have it.
But remember, you know, what it didn't write here say substituting the -5, the limit here into this. That's what I'm substituting on the limit into this -3x minus 5 divided by 2. Shamari, what you have?
I have the same minus 3x minus 5. And I work out, I got 10/2 once I calculated that. Once I substituted the minus 5 and calculated it, I got 10/2.
All right, calculate it one more time and tell me to get the 10/2 again.
All right.
Sir, could you go through the step for this when you do, please?
No problem. Waiting on you, Shamari.
All right, sorry about that. Yes, sir. Every time I go get the 10. So, sir, how you work out the step where you substitute the minus 5? Because I work it out as the minus 5 times the minus 3. That will give you a positive 15. And then you go minus the 5, and that give you a 10/2.
And
And
that's
then
why
the
I asked
10/2.
you, and that's why I asked you to work it.
Okay.
Because there is an error there, so that's why I asked you to work it and tell what it is that you get.
Oh, yes, sir. I got the 5 again.
You see what is there, Simon?
Yes, sir, I realized what I was saying earlier, and then
Right. So -3 times -5 is positive 15, and 15 minus 5 is 10. So 10/2 is 5. So you were correct in the initial stages. So I will make this correction. Very nice of you. So Adrian, make sure you what we're going, you know. So it is important that you also follow what is happening. And there are times, you know, there are errors that are made, typographical errors that are made, because, you know, these are, I think, normally I write my own questions, but I think I went through the past papers. If I'm not mistaken, I think these are past paper questions. I think these are past paper questions. Yeah, I think I got these from past papers and extracted them and just gave it to you guys here. So, you know, these things happen. All right, so let's go. So we would have done the question, and given the question, and you know, it says x tends to -5. We have to work what is happening. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to substitute -5 into the numerator. So -5 squares is going to be positive 25. 25 times -3 is -75. And then we're going to have -5 times 20 is going to be a positive 100. Positive 100 minus 75 is going to be positive 25. And positive 25 minus 25 is equal to 0. So we get the 0 in the numerator right there. And then for the denominator, we're going to say 2 times -5 is -10, and -10 plus 10 is 0. So we get our 0 over 0, which is indeterminate. If there's 0 over 0, it's indeterminate. So it means that I have to do one of three things: a simplification, a rationalization, or a factorization. But looking at the question here, it seems as if I need to factorize because both numerator and denominator alike can be factorized. When I factorize the denominator, I recognize that 2 is common to both 2x and 10. And when I do that, I'm going to get 2 times x plus 5.
Sir, go back, backtrack, to the
Where?
first step after indeterminate.
To the first step after indeterminate. I don't reach the first step yet. I don't reach this line you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't reach that.
Or what you were saying after you said it's indeterminate.
Yeah, what I was saying is, what I was saying is, I'm looking at what it is that I have. It's indeterminate. So what it is that I'm going to have now, I need to factorize. So I'm factorizing the 2x plus 10. I'm looking to see what is common between the 2x and the 10. And what is common there is going to be 2. So I'm factoring out the 2 from the 2x plus 10. When I factor out 2 from 2x plus 10, I'm going to get 2 open bracket x plus 5. Tell me if you see that.
No.
What is 2 times x?
2x.
And what is 2 times 5?
10.
You see that? You see it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm doing a factorization. So I factorize that. So I'm now going to look at the numerator. Remember, to factorize the numerator, I am multiplying the coefficient of x squared by the constant. I'm multiplying the coefficient of x squared by the constant. The coefficient of x squared is -3. The constant is -25. So what I'm doing is I'm multiplying, I need two numbers, when multiplied together will give me +75, but when added will give me a -20. +75 and a -20. +75 and a -20. What two numbers multiply together to give +75, but when added give a -20? Anybody?
Sir, -15 and -5.
-15 and -5, very good. -15 plus -5 is -20, and -15 times -5 is going to be equals to +75. So I'm doing that factorization. Those steps are not there. But you know at this stage, you should know how to factorize. So I would say, if you want to write for me, please. You should be able to factorize that, guys. So we're going to be -3x squared minus 15x minus 5x minus 25. I'm in a group, and I'm going to end up with a -3x minus 5 times the x plus 5. And you'll recognize that the x plus 5s will be able to cancel out. And when I cancel the x plus 5s, I'm going to be left with -3x minus 5 over 2. -3x minus 5 over 2. That's the second to last line. And then I'm going to be substituting the values. So I have to work my parentheses first. So yes, guys, Shamari and Simon, I multiply -3 by -5. When I multiply two negative numbers, I get a positive number. And 3 times 5 is 15. So it's going to be +15 minus 5 is +10. And 10 divided by 2 is 5. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So that answer there should read 5. Very good. I'll change it. Any questions? How you feel? As we wrap up, how you feel? Simon, how you feel now? Having done these little questions, how you feel?
Sir, I don't really feel anyway, but I feel like I could probably. Sir, I
No.
don't know.
You know, so you feel like you're understanding the topic now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Shamari, how you feel?
Even confidence, especially since you talk about how it tends to infinity, because I
Mhm,
was kind of worried about those at first.
mhm. And the method to my madness is a small class. So the method to my madness is to call upon students to explain. Or when you explain to somebody, sometimes while you're explaining, you say, blow. Me never said that before. And it makes life so much easier for you. So this is why I called upon you guys to do some explanation of different concepts to your classmates, because in so doing, it helps you to understand even better. All right. I'm going to end there. Are there any questions at all you have of me? Today is Wednesday. We'll meet Friday, 3 hours. We need to catch up on Friday. We need to do quite a bit of work to catch up. We have quite a bit to do, and I want us to be able to overcome. How we stay? All right. Any questions?
No questions, sir.
All right. Guys, any questions? Adrian, any question?
No, sir.
All right. Big up on yourself. We'll talk here.
All right, sir.
Take care.
Have a good evening.
To you, to my love.